Welcome, hungry people. I'm Isa Machuca, and today we're making pulled pork. So we have here two beautiful butts, and we're gonna be making a super simple pulled pork recipe, two different ways. We have a more sweet traditional barbecue here with 3 different rubs, binder for mustard for both, and then we'll make our own simple rub, which is a more savory rub, kind of like a Texas style. You got your black pepper, you have your salt, garlic and onion, just for that back end flavor, that nice savory note, and then paprika for color. Super simple. We only did minimal trimming on this guy here, and this little one here we didn't have to do any trimming, just to kind of clean up the sides, the edges, and make sure everything's good. So I like to start out by grinding my own peppercorn. Put some salt here. I don't base it off measurements. I kind of do, but I do base it off more on color, how it looks. So 10% worth of onion, 10% worth of garlic powder, and about the same of paprika. Let's go ahead and start seasoning. Let's get our mustard here. Do a nice lather. We'll start with the nice base, which is that sweet rub from the BBQ Rub. If you guys haven't checked this out, check out Malcolm Reed's Killer Hogs Barbecue. It's honestly one of the best ones I've tasted. So whenever you're seasoning, you want to go kind of like a typewriter motion from one side to the other. The second rub here. And then we'll go with the Ozark heat. As we wait for the seasonings to tack up on this one, we're gonna go ahead and work on this guy here. Same thing. We'll make sure you mix up your rub here, and then go to town. And again, it's a large piece of meat. It can handle the salt. Also, your table can handle the salt too. I'm already getting hungry, so let's go ahead and put the meat in here. So I preheated my smoker at 275. It's been preheating for like 30 minutes, so I know it's not, the steel is nice and hot. Let's go ahead and put the meat in. Alright guys, so we probably won't even look at it for the next 2 hours. I'm thinking every hour or every 2 hours coming in, spritzing it with apple juice, apple cider vinegar. But honestly, I might not even do that. If I don't have the time, that's okay. There's a lot of fat in the pork, but that's gonna render out, so it's still gonna be a juicy product at the end. Really what we wanna do is we wanna let it smoke and cook slowly. That way it forms a nice, beautiful bark. So now thinking about it, I'll probably just do 4 hours without even looking at it. I'll peek at it in 4 hours, and If I feel it needs a little bit more moisture, I'll go ahead and spritz it up. If not, we'll let it ride till we have that nice bark, and then we'll wrap it up. We'll do the salt and pepper one with butcher paper, and the other one we'll do it with foil. And also you get that nice differentiate of a more crunchy, more pronounced bark, and then the other one, the foil, you do a nice softer bark, but then you also have a lot softer meat. Alrighty guys, see you guys in a couple hours. Alright guys, it's been 5 hours. Let's take a look. So this is the color that we're looking for, like a dark red mahogany. Also, you know the bark has set. You see here? The seasoning doesn't come out. All we're getting is that color and the oils, fats from the meat. And another good sign here is pools of juice forming up on top of the meat. That's a good indication that essentially we have reached our target temperature. If I would have to say a temperature, it's probably going to be like 160, 165. But really, I cook based off color when it comes to these types of cooks. So let's go ahead and just move it over. What I like to do is, for moisture content, is add half a stick of butter to it. And we'll start wrapping. And as tight as possible here. Nice and tight. Move it over to our pan here, and now we're just going to let it, essentially, if there's any kind of juices that fall out, we can just collect it from this pan. It's going to be delicious. Okay, now same thing, go ahead and just add half a stick of butter here, and again, same thing. See, none of the seasoning doesn't come out, it's stuck on there. Beautiful. Okay, so go ahead and wrap up. As high as possible. Again, any of the juices that collects, we will be able to, any juice that falls, we will collect. So I would say now around 2 more hours of cooking time, that will actually kind of break down the meat. It's going to soften it up to where it's pullable. And we're actually going to raise up the temperature to 300 degrees to expedite the cooking process. And again, we already got our smoke flavor. We can technically put this in the oven. And I mean, BTUs like Harry Sue says, we can just put it in the oven and just let it continue cooking. Natural gas is a lot cheaper than pellets, but we're already out here. I don't want to heat up the house. And also I'm going to make some barbecue sauce. So, alrighty guys, see you guys in a bit. So, if you look at this one here. So the way you know a pork butt's done is if the bone comes right out. So this baby here is done. So remember how you know a pork butt is done? The bone comes out clean. Look at that. Beautiful. All right. So you just come in here and you start shredding away. And, you know, you pick at it, you clean it up as much as you can. You don't have to, you know, clean up every little piece, but I like to make sure we get rid of excess tissue as well as excess fat you don't need. Just gonna clean it up here. Remember all that juice? Well, look at the bottom. So it went back into the meat. You got your beautiful bun. Take some of that sauce we made. You guys check out the spicy barbecue sauce video. I'll put it in the description and the tab. Oh yeah. And we do. We have some of that pulled pork. Let's pile it up high. That nice sharp onion there. Put them on top there. Beautiful pickles, and then we'll top it off. Just a little extra barbecue sauce. Alright guys, now let's go ahead and take a bite. Cheers. You have that sauce that with a little backing heat, but not overwhelming. It's very nice and very fruity and bright. To use those fresh tomatoes. Then you have the sharp onion. We soaked them in a little bit of water just to get rid of that harshness. And those nice kosher pickles with that nice tang, just to kind of cut the fattiness of the pork. Topped off with more barbecue sauce. Man, it's delicious. Well, thank you very much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, hit the subscribe button, the like button, hit the notification bell. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. And remember, guys, stay hungry.